The shortest war in history, Britain versus Zanzibar. Welcome to this week's historical deep dive, where we're looking at the shortest war ever recorded in human history. This was the battle between Britain and Zanzibar that lasted a mere 38 to 45 minutes. From 1890, Zanzibar was under British control, but things changed dramatically when Sultan Hamad bin Thuwaini died on August 25, 1896. His cousin, Khalid bin Barghash, seized the opportunity and declared himself the new sultan. However, the British had other plans. They preferred another candidate, Hamad bin Muhammad, who was considered more favorable to their interests. Khalid's refusal to step down set the stage for one of the most unique conflicts in history. Early on the morning of August 27, 3 British warships anchored in the harbor of Zanzibar town. The British issued an ultimatum to Khalid: either step down by 9 a.m. or face the consequences. Unwilling to back down, Khalid mobilized his own forces around the Sultan's palace. He had around 2,800 men at his disposal, although they were armed with outdated weapons, and the palace itself was a fragile, wooden structure. As the clock struck 9, the British forces, led by Rear Admiral Harry Rawson, opened fire on the palace. The bombardment was fierce and relentless. In less than an hour, the palace was reduced to ashes, and Khalid's forces were scattered. Despite the heavy bombardment, the casualties were surprisingly low. Only about 500 people lost their lives in the conflict. The British sustained just one casualty, a sailor who was injured. Khalid managed to escape the bombardment and fled to the German consulate, where he sought refuge. However, his attempt to retain power was short-lived. He was later captured and exiled to Seychelles and then to St. Helena. The British installed their preferred candidate, Hamad bin Muhammad, as the new sultan. Hamad proved to be a loyal ally, ruling under British oversight until his death in 1902. The war between Britain and Zanzibar, although brief, had significant consequences. It marked the end of Zanzibar's independence and solidified Britain's control over the region. Despite its brevity, this war serves as a stark reminder of the colonial era's power dynamics. A tiny island nation was no match for the might of the British Empire, which could swiftly enforce its will, even in the most remote corners of the globe. In conclusion, the Anglo-Zanzibar War, the shortest recorded war in history, is a fascinating event that tells a story of ambition, power, and colonial influence. Though it lasted less than an hour, it forever changed the course of Zanzibar's history.